Hi folks and welcome to Prep with the Pro England. Now, as you can see, I'm still in full regalia, having just stepped off stage at the PCA UK titles. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get top six or win, so I didn't get to the overall. But I've had an absolute blast, and the highlight for me has been the fact that my parents have been able to come and see me. They saw me last week in at the PCA in Aldershot in Hampshire, which is close to where we live, and then this weekend they've come up to Birmingham and watched me at the UK titles. And it was a tough competition. There was 21 girls on stage, and every single one of them was top three, so winners and top three of all of the previous qualifiers. So it was good quality competition. So you know, I'm not. Yes, I am a little bit disappointed. I posed well. My condition was absolutely spot on. I looked amazing. My performance was fantastic. So yes, I was very disappointed not to get top six or even top three, but you know that's where it goes. I'll get some feedback from the judges and find out what that they're looking for. I have a suspicion that I may be too hard for the category because I came in so shredded, and it was noticeable that the top six were not quite as shredded as me. But look, it's all a learning process, and this is only the second time I've done this federation, and what's exciting uh, is that this federation is actually coming to Australia. But just, I'll get to that in a second. But what I'm most thrilled about, although this whole adventure to England to compete was really about giving my parents, I guess, dotting some I's and crossing some T's. My parents have never seen me on stage. I've competed around the world. I've won in Los Angeles, Boston, New York, Toronto, world titles, professional titles, but my parents have never come to see me. So this whole trip to England was about having my parents enter my world. I know they've been very, very ambivalent about this the whole time I've been doing it, but they entered my world, and I'm very grateful that they did that. And whatever the result, the fact that they came to watch me has been absolutely priceless. So I will come away from England, although I don't get sent any trophies this time round. Um, the memories, the experience has far surpassed any of my expectations. Even though the prep itself, containing remaining in condition has been very difficult because, of course, when my family want to see me, they want to sort of go out and do stuff with me. So it's been very hard to sort of stay in comp prep mode. I've actually found it quite hard to stay in comp prep mode, stick to my diet when, my mum and dad, they want to take me out to the pub for lunch or go out for dinner. And, I went to London to visit my brother, and then we went to a lovely steakhouse. So there has been, it probably has been one of the hardest, if you like, international competitions that I've done, because I've had this added factor. Usually when I travel overseas, I'm completely by myself, so I can just totally focus on my diet, my training, getting myself ready for a competition. But this time around, I haven't been able to do that. I've had all of these other distractions. So despite that, I was absolutely stoked with how I came in today. Just the best condition I think I've ever been in, and I nailed it. I was happy with my performance, and at the end of the day, the fact that my parents were there to see me give my best and be at my best on the best stage is absolutely priceless and worth more than the trophy. Now, having said that, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the PCA. Now, the only reason I actually did these shows was because of the fact that there was a show down the road from where my parents lived. But I actually really like this federation. They're kind of styled along the lines of the IFBB. What am I trying to say here? So with figure, you've got there's actually three categories or sections of figure. So you have a toned one, which is probably equivalent to figure international in Australia. You have athletic figure, which is what I did, which is equivalent to figure. And then you have trained figure, which is more equivalent to bodybuilding. And then in the bikini categories, they only have bikini and figure for the female categories. For the bikini girls, they also have the three divisions. They have toned bikini, which is more like bikini in Australia. They have athletic bikini, which is probably a bit more like somewhere between bikini and fitness. And then they have trained bikini, which is somewhere between, it's definitely fitness, but verging on figure, actually. So it's a little bit more, you know, the train bikini is definitely much more akin to IFBB lines. So there's some kind of similarities, and I actually think they're kind of tied up with NABA. I think there's some sort of affiliation there, and they are coming to Australia, which is totally exciting, and they will have a show this year. So I'm stoked at this because the venue we had today for the UK titles, these guys look after the competitors. When they say they're about the competitors, they are about the competitors. Today's show was just a highlight to me. Like I said, I've competed all around the world in all sorts of venues, you know, New York, Boston, Toronto, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. But the show today at the ICC Symphony Hall was the best venue bar none. It's just spectacular. The stage was enormous. The setting was just ornate, and oh my god, it was just amazing. The sound, the lighting was perfect. The backstage area was probably a little bit small, but you know there was only one women's change room, but there was plenty of toilets, plenty of room for you to sit and change, and all the rest of it. The hair and makeup lady was brilliant. I'm just so through. I mean, the reason I haven't taken this off yet is because I actually just love how I look right now. And get this, they brought in a whole bloody gym. Who else brings in the whole bloody gym for the pump up room? You know, it was brilliant. So the whole show has been fantastic. They've run it like clockwork. Um, I'm very impressed with this federation. So when they come to Australia, I'm on board with these guys. And if it doesn't clash with any of my other shows this year, I will be doing the Australian shows because I I really like what I see, and I'm really excited to see that they're coming down under and see where they go. Anyway, I probably ought to scrub, get this stuff off so that I can get back home and have dinner with my parents. And then I'm tomorrow. Really, that's it. My trip is done. I've I've competed, and now tomorrow I hop on a plane. So I will be back in Australia in a couple of days and see what's next. So yeah, look, I just wanted to do a quick roundup of this whole trip, which has been fantastic, and let you know how I'm getting on, and then we'll see you on the other side, so to speak. All right, take care.